Hey everybody, so today I want to talk about BIM 360 stuff. I've got this Access database open because I don't really have anything to show with BIM 360 or ACC. I just mostly want to talk about something, and I want to see if others may have experienced this as well. But if you're developing anything in ACC, which I haven't developed anything in ACC yet, I have in BIM 360 Forge when it was called Forge. I have not used APS yet. Something that I've had an issue with for some time is that there isn't a separate development hub to develop applications and do testing in it and add different people to it and test out different solutions. Obviously, you can do that in the production hub, but the problem is you can easily overwrite or write to a bunch of projects. And full transparency, I've done that before in the past. I wrote to hundreds of projects. Fortunately, it was a small test for a property that was ignored, and so it went in there and populated it. I was able to undo that, but those kinds of incidents can happen pretty easily. And I've always argued for like some sort of production hub to even test features like the bridge capability to see how that functions and works, so you don't have to do it on a live project with a client. But the development hub could also offer a cool opportunity to get other people that otherwise wouldn't have access to that level in BIM 360. And so you could give more people access to it, more people to explore and to create cool things. And then naturally you'll get a lot of value from that, because just like what we've seen with Dynamo and the explosion there with people sharing cool things and posting things online, people creating those things in their firm, like the same thing can happen with BIM 360 or ACC now, I guess, where if there was a development hub, at least it won't be as strict as like a production hub. The strictness of that makes sense because there could be proprietary projects on there that everybody can't have access. It could be a lot of projects that could easily get messed up on accident. So I can understand the reasons behind that, and I support that. Being a manager on a hub, you never know what could accidentally happen across lots of projects, and that's why I really support the idea of having a development hub to do those kinds of developments, because then you could explore APS, build some cool things, do some testing in your own environment or a separate environment from the production, and then when it's good to go, you can roll it over to the production environment. But you can also give, I think this is really important, and I just want to mention it again, you can give more than just a select few access to that hub, because it's not as dangerous as it was before when you're in a production hub and you could accidentally delete projects or overwrite data. Anyways, that's all I really had to say. I kind of talked about BIM 360 ACC accessibility a few videos back, but I wanted to highlight this because I think it would bring a lot of value to have a production hub or a development hub that you could mess around and test things in. You can create things. When I created test projects, or when others that were developing in Forge were developing test projects, like create a bunch of test projects in there, I'd created a bunch of tests. The next thing we had dozens of test projects in there that we were updating and trying to automate. So you can mitigate that extra clutter as well, which would be helpful, especially if you're extracting data from there. You're now removing all of that extra data that may get in there somehow through those test environments. So anyways, I'm hoping that Autodesk kind of hears this. I've mentioned this a few times. It would be super helpful for anybody developing in there, and I think it'll also open it up to more people having the ability to explore some of the opportunities with that APS has and what ACC has. So that's all I got. I'd love to hear your feedback, your experience with this. Do you have a problem working in the production hub? Do you see a benefit of using a development hub? Let me know. Thanks.